Hello everyone, this is Jeff, your friendly neighbourhood applied linguist. Today I have another video in my comic book explanations of language learning series. Today I'm looking at Taskmaster. Taskmaster is a villain who has a power called photographic reflexes. This means that he can watch somebody perform an action and immediately perform that action himself without any practice or training. For example, if he sees Hawkeye shoot an arrow, he can do that. If he sees Captain America throw his shield, he can do that. If he sees Shang-Chi perform a martial arts routine, he can do that. According to his biography on the Marvel website, he can also use his photographic reflexes to imitate people's voices and learn languages. So, could Taskmaster really use photographic reflexes to learn a language? They would certainly be useful for pronunciation. Taskmaster could observe somebody speaking the language and imitate how they moved their mouths to pronounce the language well. However, photographic reflexes would not be so useful for learning other aspects of the language, such as grammar and how to use the language appropriately in context. You see, to learn a language, we need 3 ingredients: exposure to the language, opportunities to use it in meaningful communication, and feedback on our learning. Exposure to the language means that we need to hear the language and to see the language used around us. Opportunities for meaningful communication mean that we need to use the language to interact with other people, to do things. Feedback on learning means that we need somebody to tell us what we're doing wrong or what mistakes we're making and how we can correct them. So assuming Taskmaster was in a situation where he was hearing and seeing a language used around him, he could use photographic reflexes to imitate pronunciation, but he would still have to practice speaking the language, and he would still have to practice having feedback given to him on his language use. So photographic reflexes in and of themselves would not help him to become proficient in a language. If you've enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. If you've come across any explanations of language learning in your comic book reading, then leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear if you think they stack up against the research into what we know about how people learn language. And if there's a comic book explanation of language learning you'd like me to have a look at, then feel free to leave that in the comments as well. Until next time, this is your friendly neighbourhood applied linguist signing off.